Okay. So session is in the recording mode now. So let's start the session. Okay. Now let me know. Let's have this session as an interactive session. This is not a lecture because it is more of knowledge sharing and understanding in depth of things. I'll not ask any technical questions. I'll just be asking a very simple and general questions to you. Now, how many of you are aware of the simulation tools which as a EC student that you can use for your respective subjects? Can anybody tell me? You can unmute your mic and discuss also. Can anyone? I want interaction, otherwise I'll give this entire session as absent to everyone. I'll not consider the attendance itself. Come on, speak out. Okay.
Sir, PSpice.
PSpice you have mentioned. Have you gone through the PSpice website? Let us go through the PSpice website. Is the screen visible to you? No. I have not shared the screen, I think. Is it visible now? Visible? Error? Okay. Yeah. Now, let us go to PSpice. There is two things actually. PSpice version is also available. So if you open PSpice, what happens is that there is something called PSpice is there. That means if you want to do something, even if you go with the trial version or with the student version, you will not able to simulate a lot of things. Okay. So for analog circuits, for PCB design, there is a KiCad software again that is open source. All are interconnected. Okay. So whatever you learn, you can apply in LTSpice. Simulation you can do. After simulation, you can have your own PCB board that is using KiCad. Like this, you have to learn. It is not only you have to focus on one particular thing. You have to master in the overall concepts. Okay. Now let us find a tool called LTPSpice. LTSpice. Okay, not PSpice, LTSpice. In the Google, just go and type LTSpice. Before that, let me understand how many of you have computers, systems or computers or laptops. Please tell me how many of you are having. Escape type, computer, laptop, whatever you have in the chat box. Okay, fantastic. Okay, very nice. Vedant, is it Android, what, laptop, or are you talking about mobile phone? You can unmute your mic, Vedant. Mobile phone, okay. Mobile phone, I'm just asked about who has the laptops and computers, only those who type. Okay, if you have mobile phones, then I'll tell you what is that you can do for a mobile phones. That's it. Out of 53, only these many responses. What about others? Quick, quick, quick. I don't have time. I'll wind up the session in some time. Okay. That's it. Those who doesn't have the computer, laptop or system, then what kind of engineer you are? Huh? Manage to get one. Otherwise, you're not a complete engineer without that. Because you have to do a lot of work in the system. Plan for that, anyway. Okay, so now just go to Google, type LT Spice. When you type LT Spice, you will get some links. You get there. Go to analog.com. You will get a Spice simulator. When you open LT Spice simulator, you will get this page, front page here. You also have the okay. So those who have laptop, you can come to this home page here, and here you can download this, download LT Spice. Okay, so download this LT Spice for Windows or Mac, whatever you have. Click it. It is not file. It will download in some time. So once you download and install it, it is very simple thing. Now, those who doesn't have the laptop, you are telling most of you have mobile phone. So what you can do is that you can come to the education section here. In that education section, you can watch a lot of tutorials are there. Analog circuit design tutorials are there. Then you have the separate lab itself. Electronics 1 and 2 lab is there. Electronics 1 and 2 lab activities are there. So if you go there, now you can go to, for example, you can study these topics. Okay, this is the theory part. Let us go to lab once again. Let us go back. Let us go back. Okay. It is not going back. Let me open a new session. So in the education section, you can go to electronics or circuit lab 1 and 2. Let's see what is there in circuit lab 1 and 2. I'll get to see a lot of laboratory circuits here. For example, transit response of RC circuit is there. Go through it. You will get to see the circuit and equations and its responses. And it will show how the graph looks like. And you can understand and you can figure out and try to make out what kind of response that you will get from the different types of circuit. Okay, this is the thing. This you can have a lot of resources are available. If you have mobile phone, no issues. You can just go through it. Whatever the contents are available. So even analog circuit design tutorials are there. You can explore. You can explore the tutorials. Likewise, you can do a lot of things. Okay. Now, those who have the laptop or the system, you will download and install the LT Spice. So you will get a symbol like this, LT Spice. Is the screen visible? Can anybody unmute your mic?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Madhu. So this symbol you will get, you double click it, you will come to this home page. Something like this, a home page will be there. So where you can zoom in, zoom out, and in the views you can do some settings like show grid, mark unconnections and all these things. Some settings you can do. What we can do here is, here you can see all the components on the top of it. This is a resistor, capacitor and few things, and few more things you can obtain by clicking this and type the component what you want and you can get from there. Now let us have a simple circuit here. I place one resistor. Okay, one resistor or two resistor, how many resistors you want, you can just place it. I'll just place one resistor here. I'll take one capacitor. Okay, I'll come to that second experiment later. One more resistor I have placed. And now I'll make a simple circuit by connecting this with a power supply. For power supply, what did I do? I clicked here. Then here I'll write voltage, something you type volt. You will get a, you have to explore this and you will get to see this voltage. So select this voltage. place it here. And then finally you need to have a ground point. So place is ground point. And then you need to connect this circuit. So make a simple connection like this. So this is not proper. Let me cut this. So just go through, no problem. It will not make short circuit like your previous lab this thing. So this connect the ground. Is this clear? Is this clear, students? Okay. Now what you can do is, you come to this resistor, it will come like a hand mark, double click this, sorry, right click this one, not double click, right click, and you can give the value of the resistor. For example, I'll give 1K. And the nearest value of 1K will be shown. The actual practical resistance value will be shown, because whenever you select any resistance, it will not be very accurate. It will be either 1.02 kilo or it will be less than 1 kilo. For example, 976 ohms. So I'll take the practical resistance value. I'll keep it here. Then I'll select this. I'll mention it as 10K and see what is the nearest value. So it is 10.2K or 9.76. I'll take it. So I have seen. And now likewise I will configure this. What should be the DC value? The DC voltage I will give it as 10 ohms. All right. DC value I'll give it as 10 volts. Series resistance I won't give anything. So I'll leave it. So now all the parameters have been defined. Now once the parameter has been defined, you can come to simulate. And here you can give edit simulate. I'll show again. You can come to simulate here and you can click on edit simulation command. Click on this, and in the here there are a lot of analysis of the transit, AC, DC, noise, all those things. Come to transit. Transit stop time you can give it as just 1 second or 1 minute, something like this. Then time to start saving the data, you leave it, not required. And especially you have to click this and start external DC power supply with 0. It means the power supply will not immediately start with 10 volts, it will start with 0 volts, means 0 gradually it will increase. So we will click OK. Just place this here somewhere. Now what I'll do is that there is a run button is there in the simulate. You can click on this or you can straight away click on this. Now beauty of this is, I'll close the other circuits. I'll close this, make it maximize. Now beauty of this is that you get to see a graph window here itself. Now what do I want to measure? I want to measure what is the voltage at this point, that is at R1 resistor here, from R1 to ground. I'll just click this. So I'll get to see what is the voltage drop. Okay, one line I got. Then what is the voltage at this point? Fine, I got this. Now let us zoom this thing. Few more. You see this here? Now the voltage, since I told that it should not start immediately, it should start from 0. So it took certain microseconds for the power supply to stabilize to 10 volts. Now if you take the total voltage drop across the circuit should be same. So that is what we got here. That is, if you measure across the R1 resistor, we got the total resistance value here, it is 10 ohms. Now we just click on this, we'll get a graph and you can see that what is the time duration and what is the vertical axis voltage. Now if you see the vertical axis voltage here, it is 10 ohms. Likewise, if you select on this graph, it will show the likewise here in this bottom graph here, what is the voltage drop. Now across R1 resistor, the voltage drop is 9.05. So You see this, it is 9.05. Now this is fine, but you want to find what is the voltage drop between only this resistor. So what you can do is that you can come here, hold this, hold the mouse, then from this wire to this wire you connect it. You will get one more signal like this. You see? Now you got one more signal that is in the red. That is difference between the two. Now if you see, it is a difference of this voltage and this voltage here, which we will get it as this. Now what is that voltage drop across R1 resistor? The voltage drop across R1 resistor is how much? Almost 0.9 volts. So 0.9 volts here, it is 9.05 volts. So it means 9 plus 1, it is the voltage drop totally, it should be 10 volts. Is this clear? Now I want to find the current. To find the current across this circuit, click on the, I just come across this resistor value. When you come here, it will show voltage. If you come across the component, it will show something like this. Now if I click on this, now this will give me the current. You see here, I across R1, it means the current across R1. So what is the current across R1? So current across this resistor is, it is 927.6 microamperes is the current which is flowing in this circuit. Is this clear, everyone? So we can measure the current as well as the voltage across various points. Understood? Okay. Now let us expand this circuit. I'll close this simulation. So now what I will do is this. I'll take a capacitor. I'll put the capacitor here. And I'll put one resistor here. To flip the resistor. Control R. So like this, you can find whatever you want in this thing. So Control R, yes, it's done. Yeah, right. Now I make some connections here. Okay. Now let us give some capacitance value here. So let me give this capacitance as 10 micro. So let me select some value. What is this value? It is let me remove this capacitance. I will connect capacitance here. Ten, 15. Some capacitance value. Just and then yes, 1000 microfarad. Now 1000 microfarad, I'll just make it as 10 microfarad, and this resistance I'll make it as 2 kilo. All right. Now I want to see the current. Now can you tell me what will be the voltage here and what will be the current at this point? So how do we analyze this? Let's analyze the circuit for the same response here, because we are trying to understand how the capacitor behaves. Let us simulate. Now you see there is a branch which is coming here. Now I want to know what is the voltage at this point. See what has happened compared to previous one. So compared to previous one, so previously there was, if there is no capacitance, when I take this point here, there is a very straightforward DC voltage. But now, due to we have had a capacitance, so what is happening is that, you see, let us zoom out this. Or let me delete this stress. Okay. Let me close and run for just to avoid any confusion. Okay. Now if you see, because of the capacitance, the voltage across this point is not suddenly rising, it is slowly rising and then it is settling up to the peak value of 9 volts. Okay. Now if you want to see the current across the capacitance, it will be 0. You see this very interesting graph here, very interesting graph. The current across the capacitance suddenly rises, and then once the capacitor is completely charged, you see this point, the capacitor is charged at this point, then it is decreasing, and it's decreased to it decreased to 0. You see this, almost the capacitance, the current across the capacitance is reduced to 0. But whereas if I want to measure the current at this point, that is also 0, because there is no complete path here. There is no path. But if you see here, there is certain current. Okay. Now, if you see, there is a certain current, there is a small current, there is 1 milliamperes which is flowing here, but across the capacitance, there is a sudden rise of current. But then once the capacitor is charged, the current across it will be discharged, and there is a 0 current which is flowing. It means you can understand, you have studied about the capacitor's effect, that it blocks the DC and goes only AC component. So now what is happening? It's blocking the DC component and allowing the AC component. Okay. So this is how you can simulate your own circuits. Now there are, if you go to File, click on Open. There are a lot of examples of their educational. You open any one file, for example, audio amplifier circuit. Now audio amplifier circuit, we can take this. For the time being, we can close this one, save this. Now we can give the different already voltages are given here. What you need to do is that just simulate this, try to figure out. Now you see what is this, a pure sinusoidal waveform is there at this point, and across this output what we are getting here, you can see what is the response. Then likewise at the each output stage of the transistor, what is the output that we are getting, and then what is the final output that we will get. All these things that you can see with this kind of circuit. Okay, so this is our audio signal and this is the amplified signal. Yeah. So this week you will going to analyze in this way. You continue with this. Then next week we will go in details about each and every experiment which you can conduct. This week you just study about the software, explore it. You see a lot of things, understand how this tool has to be utilized. And along with this, what you can do is that you can go to the NPTEL course. In NPTEL course, if you go, Then you can go to the courses, NPTEL courses. Just select the electronics and communication engineering. There are a few courses here. I can share you the link. See, there is one analog circuits. There is already this session is there. Okay, so there is a analog circuits tutorials. All the week tutorials might be available. Basic analog designs, lectures. There are so many things which are already there. You can go through this course. Likewise, there are many other related courses also. If not that, you can go through. You can go through the similar kind of. There is a one more. Is there? Is that your system? Basic tools, advanced. This one. If you see this is from this is one more analog circuits. You can. There are a lot of things that are discussed here. Introduction to small signal modeling, which is there in your syllabus, MOSFET, cascade amplifiers, all these things are there. So this is the best course I can suggest you. This analog circuit course. So go to analog circuit course. You can watch this. It is completely related to your academics or to our syllabus, whatever it is. If you have any queries, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll just wind up the session. So you have to post your today's assignment. I'll make that Google Classroom lab, AC lab there. Whatever you do, you have to post that. One is screenshot and one is the file which it saves. Now here it will save the files as in the format called .asc formats. If you see here, this is my draft 1 and draft 2. It is .asc. You have to upload this .asc file also. Whatever you design, I'll check that files. Is that clear? Any doubts?